What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Guap Don. I'm back at y'all with another reaction video. Hey, we got the Flopper Polo G album. Hey, it's okay to take a little loss every once in a while, man. Ain't nothing wrong with your album, Flopper. But I guess he ain't taking it too well. But before we get into the video, go ahead, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We on the way to 500 subscribers, and I just want 5 likes on the video. That's all I'm asking. But let's go ahead and get into it.
Was it? Yeah, it was February or March last year. Is that going to be happening? Is that going to be the comeback for Kai Snap? That would be a fire comeback. But I'm going to play you guys that clip of Blackboy Max
Kai ain't
reacting to
fall
that
off,
situation.
bro. What are you talking about?
If they got another streamer university coming up, I'll probably come to that shit so I can get some game for.
So you can get some game, or you just want to get on?
Probably hit up my boy Cassie if he could manage me. I could be like a clove.
What? Come on, hey Polo. You know that ain't your lane, bro. You know that ain't your lane. Come on, man. Stick to the rapping. Like, I'm not saying rappers can't go ahead and get in with the streamers and all that, but bro, you know you ain't with that, bro. Come on.
Nah, this nigga, right? He's dead trolling. He's trolling.
No, that ain't your lane.
Part of AMP. I ain't gonna lie.
He's trolling. He's laughing. He's trolling. He's trapping. He literally started laughing. He's trolling, man. Streamer U 2026. Y'all want to go to Streamer U? Should we apply? Be a professor or something?
Kai should do another streamer university though. It would be fire.
Ice Spice was spotted on Brooklyn Nets.
I watched a little
Polo
bit
G
of the first one. I
clearly
probably watched like
not
30
good,
minutes
actually.
of it. Like
he
in
was
total
joking
with
around, but
all
he's been
content
friends with
included.
he's
Like
been
30
friends
minutes in
with
total.
Kai Cenat, or at least on cordial terms for quite a while. He's collaborated with him a bunch. Like I said, he's collaborated with people like Zeus in the past too. Well, this tweet really rubbed me the wrong way, partially because of the amount of engagement it got and positive engagement in terms of supporting it, which there was this original tweet that said, "What's the biggest fall off ever?" And then this person...
Whoa, hold on, bro. His album got 40 songs on it. Even if it fell off, bro, y'all gotta appreciate the dedication. Even if it's filler songs he ain't released, whatever. For an artist to come out with 40 songs on an album, that's dedication. But you also gotta realize though, if you coming out with an album and they got 40 songs and none of them hit, you gotta go back to the shaping board, my guy.
Tweeted it and said, "This MF Polo G dropped a 40-song album and absolutely no one was
I'm being real, I didn't know it
crying
came out.
emoji." And it was Hood
But I don't
Poet
listen to
Black
Polo
Heart
G,
Edition.
like,
Now, Hood Poet
I only
was
listen
an
maybe
album
like
that
2
was
or 3
dropped in
songs. Like
2024.
Three Headed Goat, I think
Hood Poet Black Edition
that's about
was I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason why he was streaming, because he was dropping the deluxe for Hood Poet. So it's probably just a bunch of songs that didn't make it on the original album.
Exactly
that dropped
what
in
I said.
2024. Now, the brutal part is not only the fact that this has 47,000 likes and almost 5 million views, but this person replied and said, "Grok, bring the disappointment and tell us how many first week sales this album has." And Grok really just put salt on the wound, saying, "Polo G's Hood Poet Black Heart Edition reportedly sold under 10K units in the first week."
Oh, I thought it said 10K. I was about to be like, 10K ain't good.
With projections in the 2 to 7K range. It misses the Billboard 200 entirely. The first of his projects not to chart.
Between 2 to 7,000 for Polo G?
That's just a little bit too brutal.
For him.
And I responded, and I said the following. "I understand why rappers want to stream now. Imagine releasing 40 plus songs and tens of thousands of people are laughing without even listening to it. The effort it takes to make music isn't even appreciated anymore."
Facts.
Now, number one, the fact that this sold with 40 tracks, it did less than 10K first week. That is dangerous. That is something that Polo G should be concerned about. Very, very concerned
And the reason why he should is because, bro, you got to really look at it. I could tell he was going for quantity more than quality. I could tell that because for you to release 40 songs, you're trying to get a hit. You're 100% trying to get a hit. So that was his goal. And for it not even to sell units or not a hit song come from it, bro, damn.
The last time I remember a 40-track project being released was Heartbreak on a Full Moon by Chris Brown. And I remember people were clowning it, saying he quote-unquote only sold 100K because he had 40 tracks on it. And then one of the few people to really come out and support the album, having not only bought it, because he frequently buys his album, but listening to it, because a lot of people were just saying, I'm not listening to 40 tracks of Chris Brown. Yeah, me personally, I'm listening to 60 tracks of Chris Brown, okay? You cannot listen. You can
hey, we know who you a fan of there, bro.
Parents of children who play rope.
Option too. I can't hate on Daniel Caesar either. So that album ended up being great.
This album was hot. This album was tough.
Great. That's.
I'm not even no big Chris Brown fan, but when he released some music, though, I ain't gonna lie, I do like it.
A lot of the music on. Now, usually I'll listen to an album from top to bottom if I go back to it. For example, if I'm going back to Pablo, I'm probably running that top to bottom. It's a little bit difficult because Pablo has, I feel like Pablo's an encapsulation of all of the sounds of Ye pre-Pablo and whatever he was working on at the time. So there's a lack of cohesion in the sound of the project, which isn't a negative. It's just that it makes it less likely for me to listen to the whole thing top to bottom frequently, as opposed to a Yeezus or an 808s, which I can easily run top to bottom. But when it's 40 tracks, I'm not listening to 40 tracks 3 months, 6 months, 3 years after I've heard the project. But with Polo G, the reason why I kind of feel bad for artists about this is because think about as an artist, and we have to think about Polo G specifically, and I can't believe I'm defending Polo G when this guy's just...
He said, I can't believe I'm defending him. Why?
To me, but he's just... The only time this guy's ever talked to me is based on some negative I had to say about him. Which
damn. So he don't really mess with you. He ain't been the most consistent rapper either, though. So you gotta kind of put yourself in his shoes, man. He's trying to go ahead and come back in the game. Well, you get what I'm saying about. If you don't get what I'm saying about come back in the game, oh well. But he trying to get his foot back in the door and get back on the main level. But seem like his fan base just ain't rocking with him. They just not. They not rocking with bro. And unfortunately, he just gonna have to accept that fate as of right now, unless he could change the narrative. Which it seems like that ain't gonna happen, because 2 to 7,000 units for Polo G. It's crazy, yo. That's like,
it's a valid criticism, and not all the other times. But anyway, with Polo G, you guys got to remember when the Iced Coffee Hour podcast, Adam22 went on there, and he was talking about how No Jumper at the time was doing $1 million a month. This was between Snapchat,
$1 million a month,
between YouTube. It was booming at the time.
Must be nice, bro.
Polo G immediately after that, he posted. He's like, "Yo, we got to start getting paid to show up to these platforms. These guys are doing $1 million a month." I mean, that $1 million a month statement, it really caused a rip.
Let me guess. What you want? 500,000 to pull up?
Well, because not only would No Jumper do a lot less, and this was strictly No Jumper, would do a lot less. Following that, Adam22 would pull the whole, "Oh, we're broke, guys. We're gonna get rid of this studio space." Not even a studio
Polo
space.
Gotta understand, bro. Your moment is
gone. I don't know what the deal with that is, but they were for sure making less money after when you made that video. Otherwise, they wouldn't have. But with even the disbelief in an Academics, for instance, that was saying $1 million a month, like that's how you know Adam was killing it, because he was trying to Academics, who is Adam22's rival. It's funny when Academics calls Adam22 his mans. That is not your mans. Like, please stop capping. That's your coworker. Yeah, that's your peer.
Yeah, and people gotta stop doing that. You need to stop calling people your mans that you don't know.
And if it's not on stream, he might feel insulted if you called Adam22 his peer. But that is somebody in your field, right? Like an acquaintance. Let's call it what it is. But when he was trying to,
why gotta be an acquaintance though? Why they can't just be business partners or just mutual endeavors? You know what I'm saying? I don't think you gotta say acquaintance. I feel like acquaintance is disrespectful when you relating it to like a business partnership. Because oh yeah, this is my acquaintance. How you gonna call me acquaintance if we done made money together? You get? Yeah, I don't know.
Say like, nah, the half of that is
maybe
from
I might be
right?
taking it
so
too
Polo
personal.
G was seeing streamers or YouTubers, in this case Adam22 and Vlad included, but they patched things up, making this much money, and he's like, yo, every time I leave the crib, for example, he had to go to New York, he caught a gun charge, which, what's up with that gun charge? I mean, we saw Lil Zay Osama beat a switch, which is crazy, but Polo G, I think they found a gun in his hotel, but he's always got to be concerned with the safety when going other places. Like, I gotta get security to show up to get money for a show, which I know that show money cannot be
moving reckless out here sometimes.
especially with how this project came out, and no hits that came out of it, unfortunately, that is. And then he starts talking about it like, yo, we got to start getting paid. It's a little bit of jealousy and envy, which is fine. There's always a grass is greener on the other side mentality. Every field thinks that the other person has benefits.
But you can't sit right there and steal
over there.
that money from the streaming platform. No, you can get paid, but you're not about to run off with a bag.
I work so hard to put this
Playboy Cardi.
This is part of what I was getting at in my tweet, because let's just talk about the nightmare and hellish process it is to get 40 songs released as a Polo G, which is someone that already has a name. Keep in mind, even as a regular artist, making and putting out 40 songs is a lot, because you got to buy 40 beats off rip. You have to be good enough at music to put together 40 songs
and for them to be consistently somewhat decent too.
With a Polo G, for instance, your team has to constantly negotiate on, yo, how much do you guys want for this beat, and then maybe sample clearances, and this is going back and forth because they're like, oh, Polo G wants the beat. It's not just a regular random rapper. Okay, we're gonna see about that. So now they're doing that whole discussion back and forth, and as a rapper or musician, all you really want to do is make the music and drop the music, and then there's all of these other complicated things that you have to go through in between.
About getting
and the
stuff
effort
out to your
it
fans.
takes to make 40 final songs that you're comfortable with releasing on a project, and you're a Polo G. So Polo G's not just phoning it in, right? Like maybe he's punching in or whatever, but he's not. We don't know him to drop low effort music, like let's say a net.
Like I said, I don't listen.
You haven't listened.
So you put all that together, and the person doesn't say it's whack. The person doesn't say, I didn't
not
really
to listen
like this
to it
track,
at all.
Like I think it went on for too long. It should have been 25 tracks max. No, none of that. You don't get criticism on it. You get criticized for, you get dismissed for it not being heard by the majority of people. And for the person that made the tweet,
that's so
to
much
probably
hard
have not even bothered listening to it either. But he knew it dropped because he went and looked it up to make a tweet about it. And this is where
I don't even know what to say on that, bro. Like
for these artists, because
he gotta feel some type of way, as he should though.
You're getting paid,
but I hope he take it with
like let's take a look
criticism and just take it on the shoulder, not even on the chest. Take that on the shoulder, bro. Just carry it with you.
He was showing his income from streaming, and he made like $60K in a week or something like that, which is a lot less than he would have made in December. Because
it don't matter, $60K for a week. You just sitting in a house with a camera in front of your face.
Their whole budget. So
that's a lot of money, bro. Y'all be saying that like that's somebody's salary for a year.
So October, mainly November, December, they will spend a lot of money on ads. So people on Twitch will be eating. January, it's like, hey, everybody's just getting back into the office. We're gonna figure out what's gonna happen. Spending doesn't pick back up until maybe March to April or so. So Ronaldo's like, yo, I'm only making $60K this week. Meanwhile, in December, I was making $200K a week. So if I'm Polo G, looking at that, it's like this guy's making $200K or was making $200K a week, not having to leave his crib. Now, this Ronaldo guy puts a lot of
He's sitting back like this, just having a conversation like I'm doing now.
He's doing the most. Well, not in terms of production cost.
Hey, if you ain't like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that now, man. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You don't look around, bro. I'm talking to you. Like the video and subscribe, bro.
Like a Mr. Beast, for example, or an Aiden Ross, we'll say production costs. Because Aiden Ross, every time this guy's leaving, he's got a truck or a Sprinter van. He's got a private jet. He damn near has a chef on call. And he's got his security. So he's paying a lot of money every time he's moving around for every stream that he's doing. But most other streamers, it doesn't really cost that much. And then in one stream, let's say this guy made, for him to make $60K, let's say 10 bands, or a little bit under 10 bands per stream. Dog, to make 10 bands off of a song, you know how many times that thing has to stream? And then for it to be able to stream that much, do you know how much marketing you have to put? I was genuinely curious on that, because I don't know that much. So if you're a musician, you're looking at this like, damn. And this is Polo G.
Streamers and YouTubers make more money than rappers. I'm trying to tell you,
not at the same rate that he was getting.
An average streamer on YouTube has to be making at least $7,000 to $10,000.
When's your next song? And for the album,
I say probably in like
it fell on deaf ears.
So they making like a dinner.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the only reason I heard about this,
90% of rappers not even making that.
Yo, what's Polo G doing? And that's probably what this individual
rappers like
thought
Polo
to himself
G is in
too.
the 10%.
I'm not saying like this person's wrong or anything. He's just doing his thing. Just But he does a good job in the replies of his tweet in terms of how it was received, showing the general sentiment around a Polo G. Because this person was a fan, and he was like, yo, because somebody was saying like, yo, nobody's listening to Polo G. He's like, come on, you're talking about like Hood Poet and these previous albums, like they didn't hit like that. So that's a good example. And then people.
But what's wrong with the album to where it got people like, man, I'm not listening to that shit. Like, what is it about the album? Like, is it the layout of the album? Like, what people don't know, songs are laid out strategically throughout the album, or they should be, should I say. It should go, you know what I'm saying, intro, boom, boom, blah, 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 if you get where I'm going. Just like how in the story, it's a beginning, middle, and end. If you notice with a lot of these older rappers now that's still rapping, they have somebody narrating the album. Like, it'll be a guest speaker on the album. You know what I'm saying? And it's going all the way down. Like YF and Lucha, he got bigger rankings on a lot of his albums. Granted, he not narrating the album, but he's explaining like a story as the album is continuing on. That's something like how albums should be laid out. So that's what I mean by layout. It's either the layout ain't right, that got people not wanting to listen to it. It's either all over the place when it comes to melodies, rhymes, and stuff like that. Or it can even go to it not being engineered right. It could be engineered wrong. The vocals could be too low, the beat too high, or the beat is too low and the vocals is too high. It could be anything like that.
And by people, I mean me included, have been talking about the Roddy Ricch and Navy album that's supposed to drop December 6, 2024.
I didn't know he still
yes, that's correct,
music,
not 2025.
Bro.
So it's been over a year and that didn't drop. But if you're Roddy Ricch and you see Polo G getting treated like this, are you even going to drop? To do what? Sell 5K?
And don't do him like that, bro. He can still drop, bro. He still got a core fan base. Polo G still got a core fan base,
at that point, you might as well just, might just keep dropping some singles here and there. So it's tough to be it's almost more fun to be a rapper on the come up than it is a rapper that's already established. And granted, a rapper on the come up,
this ain't
financial struggles.
If you slip off, your fan base can go away,
up at the top, there's like so much pressure, or that we're at the top.
I don't know. It's more pressure to this than
rapping. I don't have a solution for it, to be honest. I think Polo G's just got to keep coming with heat. That's all I. That's
his only option.
But I don't know how motivated he's clearly motivated, but he's got to do more than just to drop good music, which is sad that we don't have to tell anybody else. We don't got to tell the basketball player. You got to do a lot more than just play amazing basketball.
You might got to start coming
but that's somewhat always been the nature of the game. It's just moved more towards the artist having power now, or people want to see the artist market their music more now than just like a label just running it.
Bro. That's literally what I just said, bro. That's literally what I just said. He might got to start coming out and like start spending some of his own money to promote himself, or either just get out and promote his own stuff, walk the streets. And I'm not saying go to person to person, hey, my album come out. Nah, go in the streets. You know what I'm saying? The way you from, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, album coming out. We lit. Hey, you know what? Hey, this whole liquor store right here, everything free in this liquor store for an hour. Anybody come down, buy whatever you want right here. And then, you know what I'm saying, have your album posted up on like a flyer and then something like that. Or have them scan a QR code. Anything that can promote your album, bro. You just got to get creative. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that. But, I mean, hey, everybody got their ups and downs. So I'm not sitting right here to clown him. I'm not making this video to clown him. That's not what I'm doing. But y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like this video and subscribe. And if you want to talk, man, or you want to communicate with anybody else, go ahead, go in the comments and drop a comment if you want to, bro. I don't care. But we on the road to 500 subscribers, and we not too far away. So let's go ahead and get there. Let's do it. Come on, Google family. I'm out, though. Peace.